All right, so you're thinking about moving to Austin, Texas, the land of breakfast tacos and live music, and yes, some of the worst traffic you've ever seen. But is it the right town for you? Today I'm going to give you my 3 best and worst things about living in Austin so you can decide if it's the right city for you. Stick around because I'm going to give you more than just the surface level kind of things. I'm going to give you some personal stories and tell you why the right neighborhood makes all the difference about living in Austin. Hey, I'm Nicole Cooper, your Austin area specialist for real estate, and if you want to be the first to know about what's going on in Austin, Texas, then tap the bell and subscribe below. We'll love you forever. So, Austin, population about 1 million people. We're still smaller than Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. Some fun facts. We have the only nude beach in the state of Texas. We have the largest bat colony in North America. And if there's one food that describes Austin, it's the taco, the breakfast taco, that is. All right, my number 1 favorite thing about Austin is the lifestyle. Think outdoorsy, active, enthusiastic people all around the city. I mean, we have warm weather all year round, lots of parks, and the Greenbelt. So I'm going to show you what those outdoor activities look like, and you can understand why people love to be out and about and in the middle of it in Austin at all times. And did I also mention we're very dog friendly? So look here, first we're gonna start at Auditorium Shores. This is on the south side of the downtown, and this picture here is when there's a festival going on, people out picnicking. And here is an overhead view here. The green space down here is the Auditorium Shores, and you can take your dogs. There's an off-leash area there, and they can swim. You do need to be careful in the summer because there's some weird algae sometime, but otherwise, great place to take your dogs. Then we're going to hop over to the Barton Springs pool. Everybody comes from miles around to swim in this naturally spring-fed pool. It's the same temperature year-round, so it's warm in the winter and cool in the summer, actually cold in the summer. People go down to swim laps. There's a big diving board, and there's hillsides on both sides, so you can sit out there and get some sun all afternoon or have a picnic. Plenty of space. Then we're going to head over to the Zilker Park, and the Zilker Park is where the Austin City Limits Music Festival is. There's also playgrounds all around. There is volleyball courts. This is the big grassy area. They also host Blues on the Green there in the summer. And you'll find ultimate frisbee, soccer, you'll find Gaelic football practice out there. The whole city uses it as their personal playground. Here's a view of the volleyball courts in the middle of the Zilker Park there, and here's a view during festival time. Just to the side of Zilker Park, we have the Zilker Botanical Gardens. Absolutely gorgeous to walk through there. You will find, that peaceful feeling, that zen-like feeling. A lot of people do photo shoots in there. It's a great backdrop for lots of engagement photos. You'll see that happening there a lot. And then you can see this green kind of track going right through here. That's the Barton Creek Greenbelt. It goes almost 8 miles. So you can head down there and mountain bike, you can hike, you can take your dog with you. I'll give you a view of this is the bottom creek bed of it, and when we have rain, this is what it looks like. There's also people that do rock climbing all throughout. This is what the trail looks like. It's kind of like crushed granite on top of all the limestone, and that's what the land underneath it looks like, and that's also why you can do the rock climbing on the side. And here's the final view where there's actually water in the creek, and in some portions water will remain there all year round, but if we have a drought, then we're gonna have some areas where you can actually walk through the creek bed. Here's one more view of the limestone cliffs on the edge that people do the rock climbing on, and then the flat part down below where you can do your hiking. And then here's one of the pictures of the pretty waterfall areas. We've got a few sculpture falls, gust through, so depends on where you enter as to what you're going to get to quickest. There are a few entry places up and down the trail. Some of them are in the backs of neighborhoods. Some of them are off the highway. You can get into it at a few different trailheads. Twin Falls is another place where you can have water most of the time, and it's going to flow through there quite nicely. Here's a picture of it flowing. So even if we stopped here, I mean, Austin has a lot of great water and creek beds and hiking and trails. Now, we didn't even look at the paddleboarding and kayaking. Have a look at this. So right here on the lake, there are many places you can rent your own paddleboard and kayak. People even go fishing out there, but there's even rowing. Like, they have a rowing dock. You can learn how to do sculling and rowing. People take advantage of this lake all year round. Here's another angle where you can see people gathering in the center, and in the summer weekend months, there's this huge flotilla in the middle of the lake. It's kind of where it gets shallow so you can stand up there. People gather around there, and it's so much fun. One time there was even a DJ. They had their decks out on a little floating platform, and they were DJing for everyone out there. And the reason you have to go in that shallow area is because there is current. It is a river, so if you don't have something to hold on to, you'll keep floating downstream. Or sometimes if the wind is blowing hard enough, you'll float in the direction the wind is blowing. But it's a pretty cool spot where everyone gathers when it gets really hot. My second favorite thing about living in Austin is the live music and festival scene. You can see live music absolutely any night of the week, and mostly any type of music. You're gonna see indie rock, funk, country and western, hip hop, like you name it, you can find it. Singer-songwriter versions. It's just cool. And here are the three main places that have been in Austin for a long time. First of all, we can't talk about live music without talking about the Continental Club. It has been there for decades, and everyone from Willie Nelson to Gary Clark Jr. has been on that stage. And it's just a very small and quaint place. And that's kind of what is so cool about Austin's live music, is that you get right up close to the action. The venues are small, so you feel like you're part of just almost being on stage in these places. I mean, look how close you are in this Continental Club. It's super cool. Now, we're gonna head over to the Saxon, and it's the similar type thing. There's the stage right in the corner, tiny. Your people are right up up against it, and there's just a little bitty room for dancing, maybe like 8 feet, maybe not even that much, but you're just right there. You can make reservations for tables. They do go quickly, and they'll have multiple shows a night where there might be a 6 o'clock show, 8 o'clock show, 10 o'clock show, and they take everybody in and out for each one, so you can go there to see your specific band if you so wish. And here it is, live in action right here. You can see how close you are and how the people are just all right there on top of the stage. It's awesome. And I'm going to show you one more. It's over on the east side. This one's a bit newer venue. It's called Hotel Vegas, but they have like different stages in the one place. So they have an outdoor stage, they have an indoor stage, and you never know what kind of music you're going to find there. Here's the front of it. Looks cool with their old style signs, but again, you're right up close to the band. You can always feel like you're just part of the action in these places. There are countless more live music venues in Austin. As I said, you can find it all nights of the week. You've got the Sahara, you've got the Skylark, you've got the Scoot Inn, on and on and on. But also, we have festivals. We have festivals all year round. Most of them start in the spring and end in the fall for, weather reasons. But we have Austin City Limits Music Festival. We have South by Southwest. We have the Reggae Festival. We have the Kite Festival. We have a book festival. We have Carnival, Rodeo Austin, and Eeyore's birthday. I mean, if you're looking for something funky, you got to check out Eeyore's birthday. Eeyore's birthday this year is celebrating their 60th anniversary, and this year is 2025. Here's some cool pics from the way that people love to dress out there. Everyone gets a little bit funky. They channel their inner hippie, and it's pretty cool. And they have a huge drum circle underneath these big oak trees. You can hear it for miles. It's really cool. This kind of captures the essence of Eeyore's birthday party here. The bottom line is, if you're looking for a festival, we've got it in Austin. My third favorite thing about living in Austin is the food scene. I mean, you can get a brisket taco from a truck. You can have the fancy rooftop dining at Nido at the Lauren Hotel, and everything in between. We have fusion food, of course, we have lots of tacos, barbecue, and we have lots of places with great hamburgers. I mean, think of something like Casino El Camino. It's been on diners, drive-ins, and dives for one of the best burgers in the nation. And we can't forget Tex-Mex. I mean, I said tacos already, but Tex-Mex is a real thing too. It's taking Mexican food and putting a lot of cheese on it. That makes it Tex-Mex. Queso is everywhere. You can't come to Austin without having breakfast tacos and queso. Try it at Torchy's. That's my recommendation on the queso. And for tacos, it's limitless. Just try every type of taco you possibly can. And what goes along with all these great food venues, we have great craft beer breweries all up and down the downtown area, all up on the north side, on the south side. We have beautiful locations for breweries. Let me just show you one real quick. So here's a great example. This one's called Live Oak Brewing. Beautiful brew house inside, and then outside you have all this picnic area under these gorgeous live oak trees. They have disc golf. It's a large property. There's also Meanwhile Brewing. I mean, the list goes on. I can't even begin to tell you all of them, but they're everywhere, and you can find these wonderful venues under the trees like this one. All that fun does come with a price. I mean, it's not all sunshine and puppies in Austin all the time. So probably my least favorite thing about Austin is the traffic. We don't have great roads to begin with, and they're just getting more and more packed as people move in. So at one point in time, City Council and the powers that be of Austin said, you know, if we don't build it, they won't come. Well, let me tell you, we didn't build it and they came. And they keep coming. So our road infrastructure, it can't handle the amount of people that we have. And let's face it, if you have to go anywhere on I-35 at 5 p.m., you might as well just make a podcast in your car while you're sitting there waiting for traffic to move. It's slow. The second thing that isn't so great is our public transportation system. We do have buses and we have one train. That's right, just one, and it just goes north and south. We don't have anything that connects to the airport. We don't have anything that goes in a circle. It's not great. So if you're used to New York City, Chicago, LA, those public transit subways and things like that, we don't have that here. So that's why, another reason I mentioned at the beginning, it's really important to live in the right neighborhood for you, because you don't want to have to commute across town if you don't have to. And the last thing that's kind of a drag in Austin is urban sprawl. Because everyone wants to live close to the downtown area of Austin, it gets pretty expensive there. So some people, in order to afford a house big enough, you know, to have their family or their spouse or whatever they are, they have to move out farther to afford it. So they may have to move to Pflugerville, Kyle, Round Rock, maybe even Georgetown. So it kind of spreads and spreads and spreads out. And if you want to go do something in the center of Austin, you're going to have to get in that car and deal with traffic. So the lack of road infrastructure combined with the fact that people are having to move farther out, that's kind of a drag. So that's a wrap. If you're thinking about moving to Austin, we have awesome lifestyle, culture, music, things to do, outdoors, dog friendly. It's kind of a drag on the traffic and public transportation, how you get around, how far away from the city you have to buy a home. But if you want to see something and you think this is the right town for you, then give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. My team and I are always here and available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle in the right neighborhood. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. I can't wait to see you around town.